Hey peeps, what is freaking up? It has been way too long, but welcome back to another episode of 3 for Thursday, where I share 3 things about something on Thursday. I'm your host, Gladys from Heart Take the Wheel, your brand and business photographer. Oh, it's been a while, guys, because I'm having a hard time figuring out the whole YouTube situation while having this other studio and just trying to figure out the transition between my home studio and the studio I have here in the coffee shop warehouse thing. So all of that has been making it quite difficult to show up and to do what I want to do. But when I was planning out my year, that's kind of like what this video is about, is just 3 things I want to do this year. One of the things that popped up was that I really need to continue creating for myself, because while I'm here and business has been really good and I have been busier and have gotten more clients and all that stuff, but at the same time I stopped doing the things that I do for me, which are YouTube videos or just creating content for myself or shooting photos for myself or stock photography, things like that I enjoy doing just on my own. And I haven't been doing any of that since moving in here, and it's been kind of hard to make that happen. And so that's kind of one of the big things that's on my list, is to create more content and specify that it's intentional content that I just want to do for me. So I have to figure out what those barriers are that are stopping me from doing it. This right now is not the best lighting situation, but I just have to do it just to break back into it and then figure out how I'm going to be doing this, the schedule or wins and wheres. And the sound quality here, you guys can probably tell, isn't really the best. There's a lot of echo. There's a lot of ambient noise going on downstairs in the warehouse where my studio is located. And I have neighbors, of course. So it's a lot to figure out, but it's something I have to figure out. So that's one of the things on my list. So number 1 will be to create more content, which does mean I have to figure out these barriers, what's stopping me, what has been stopping me. I mean, I know what it is, but I want to figure out how to tackle that, how to overcome it, or remove said barriers. And some barriers might be too difficult. Like me right now, forcing this video to happen here in the situation that's not ideal for me might just not work all the time. And so I, for example, they're doing construction down the hall, and if he comes back and starts doing it, I'm gonna have to stop. So sometimes I don't have control to do it here yet. And so I might have to, one of the barriers is maybe I just need to find a schedule of recording videos elsewhere, and then yeah, so it's just something I gotta figure out. Guys, number 2, the second thing I wanna do this year is to take my services on the road. So I love that I have, it's kind of weird, I finally get a studio location that kind of anchors me here in St. George, but now I'm as soon as I got this, now I just want to take my stuff on the road. It's funny how that happens, but I love this being home base, but I do want to plan out a tour basically of different cities and places that I will go, and I'll rent out either a studio or a fancy Airbnb and stuff, and book out mini branding sessions in different cities. And I think that'll be really fun because it will get me out of my city and meeting more of you guys in person. And I don't know, it'll be really fun, I just think. And so it's something that's been on my list to do for a while, and I decided why not just make it the big thing that I kind of work really towards this year. So that's something I'm working on, and that's gonna be the second thing I wanna do this year. But that's gonna have to happen sooner rather than later, because I kind of wanna travel during good weather, and if I'm driving and all that. So it's got to happen probably in the first maybe second and third quarter of the year is what I'm thinking. And so I got to do all the planning stages right now for that to happen. And third thing that I want to do this year, among many, but it's better if we kind of narrow things down and get specific, is to teach more. So I love sharing my knowledge and resources and experience with other people, and I do it as often as I can, but I would like to make sure I'm making a little more of an effort to do that everywhere I can. So not just when things come up in person. I do mentor some people here in town And so I would love to mentor more people possibly, or I could also finish my courses this year. I can maybe make more efforts on social media to educate more, share experiences, share lessons learned from tough, struggling situations here in business. We all have them, and we learn from our own experiences and experiences others have shared, right? So I want to do more of that. And in my newsletters, I want to share more kind of educational content and resources and just be more helpful. I love to help people. It lights me up. So that's something that I wanted to prioritize this year as well. So those are the 3 things that I want to do this year. And I'd like to know if there's, what you want to do this year. What are some of the things you want to do this year? And what does that look like for you? Like, I kind of went into a little more detail with you guys, not just, I want to teach more, but what does that look like? I mean, I want to also book out some local class, like courses where I teach in person here, and I think that would be cool. There's a lot of opportunities to do that as well. So like getting more specific and then outlining, okay, what steps do you have to actually take and by when, so that you could actually do it. So that's what we're doing, guys. We're doing that, and I'm excited. So yeah, I'm back. I don't know. I got number 1 today is to figure out the schedule of making sure that I can come back to YouTube, because I really enjoy making this content, and it helps break up like the content that I make for other people, because this is content I'm making for everyone, but for me, I do this because I like to do this. So I need to prioritize creating content for myself. That was a big one for me that I learned in the past few months since kind of moving into the studio. So that's a big one. So anyways, I would love for you guys to share some of the things that you guys are working on this year. What are your goals? What are you doing? Where are you going? Yeah, what are you prioritizing? So that's the deal. That's what's going on. Okay, I'll see you guys over on Instagram as always, and